Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to more adventures in American Truck Simulator as we get ready for the Arkansas release, just a few days away. In this episode, we are right now in Oklahoma. The goal is to get close to the Arkansas border. We have a bunch of dry fruit loaded up here at Walmart. We'll be taking it down to the border between Oklahoma and Arkansas. So let's get busy. Game time right now. It's about 6:20 in the morning. This is a very short drive. It's only about a 2.5-hour delivery. However, I'll take a quick look at the map here, what we're going to do for a route. We're going over here to McAllister and then going to go down here to, I think, Idabel is what it's called in the corner down here, which will put us right on the Arkansas border. Should have put us in great spot for when it releases later this week. But I've got 3 scenic viewpoints I haven't seen yet in Oklahoma. So I thought since this is such a short route, I'm going to do a little bit of a detour here, loop around and pick up these 2 scenic viewpoints, then head to our final destination, look for one more short ride, or just take the cab down there and get ready for the Arkansas release. Excited for the new DLC. And this is, by the way, this is version 1.51, which has just released. I just loaded it up. So we'll talk about some of the new features here. Now, I haven't driven an American Truck Simulator for a while. I've been driving in Euro Truck Simulator with Pro Mods. So as always, when I switch from one version to the next, it always takes me a while to adjust, especially coming from Euro Truck Simulator to American Truck Simulator. The turning radius of the trucks is just so much different. It always takes me a while to adjust. So I'm hopeful that I can use this episode to adjust. And then by the time Arkansas is released, I'll be all back in kind of fine form here. Quite a few, this release, version 1.51, seems like it's kind of a minor one. Lots of little things. There wasn't really anything that kind of stood out to me as being a major significant change in gameplay. This almost seems like one of those transitional updates that they have in the game here. But we'll talk a little bit about some of the features as we get out on the road. And we are on our way, on the highway now. So excited to be back in American Truck Simulator. I am so excited for the new DLC to get the achievements, and there's probably going to be an event for it too. And it's, I think, what, 3 days away or something? Coming out very, very soon. This is September 11th as I'm making it. I think it's the 14th when it releases. Is that correct? Got to get over here on the left-hand lane. Now, one of the new things in this release, it says, is an automatic blind spot, which will tell you if you're trying to change lanes and there's a car there. So I went in and I was going to turn it on, but it was already on this in my options. So I think by default it's been kind of switched on. And it did say, I think, in the options that your truck had to have the capacity to do that. I assume this brand new Volvo here will have that ability. So I'd like to try it out to see if we can kind of start to shift into another lane, and it's going to tell us, I think it's going to beep, right? Or is it going to, like, some kind of lights are going to flash, or sky's going to yell at us or something like that and say, hey, there's a car there. But I'm curious anyway. And this is some windy turns here too, so hopefully we can navigate this without mishap here. I forget. So we must be heading west now because we're going to loop around a little bit. We are getting off of this, right? This looks right. All right, so we'll get out on the road here a little bit and we'll connect in a few minutes to kind of chat a little bit more. So we've dropped off the highway now. We are in Lawton, heading around to our first scenic viewpoint. And as always with traffic lights in American Truck Simulator, I seem to hit them all when they're red. We're now 2 for 2 in Lawton here. Looks like there's 3 or maybe 4 red lights, and I'm sure we're going to hit them all. But some of the other features that have been added in 1.51, it says there's another little strip on Interstate 44. And if we look, I was looking at it earlier, I think it's this. So Interstate 44 runs where I'm kind of dragging my cursor here. And then this part I think was missing perhaps, because now it's filled in. I think this is the stretch of Interstate 44 that wasn't there, because all of the rest of Interstate 44 in Oklahoma I had already driven. So I think that's been new and added. Some other random features. There's been a vegetation improvement in Texas, which I think they brought a certain type of vegetation in order to do Arkansas, and then they exported it and brought it into Texas as well. Another dynamic cargo loading for grain. Still haven't seen one of those. That should be something to check out at some point. And then a new truck, the Mack Black Anthem, which sounds it looks really cool. It's also, I think it's the truck on the new loading screen, which is completely different. So where you get to mods and things like that is all different now too. So yeah, they keep making kind of continuous, gradual improvements here. I'm gonna make this light. I'm gonna make this light. Yes, 1 for 3 on lights, not too bad. But yeah, they keep making gradual improvements to the game. It's always fun to see how they keep upgrading it and improving it. And excited for another state. Where actually Arkansas is fairly close to the East Coast. We're getting there. Starting all the way in California, they are kind of finally making their way across the country here.
And then
it's going to be a marvelous experience when the whole thing's done. That's going to be just spectacular. It'd be so fun to go from, you know, right now there's the coast to coast mod, but you know, most of the coast to coast mod is kind of almost like a framework for other people to put stuff in. It's just not quite as, it's certainly not unique. It's not the same thing as a full DLC with all of the different things that you can see and all of the different places you can visit. So when every state gets filled out with a DLC, it's going to be remarkable. And I imagine at some point they'll probably start pairing them up. You can't do like Rhode Island as its own thing. And I know we've chatted about it before, but I would expect that like New England will be one DLC. So hopefully we don't have to wait for however many more states there are, because some of them are so tiny in the East Coast. Looks like we are getting close to our first scenic viewpoint. And this whole trip now, it's going to be about 6 hours with all these little detours in here as we kind of wind our way around to these scenic viewpoints. But I figured it's a good chance to get these. I always leave one and just never seem to get back to it. When we did Oklahoma, and when it first released as a DLC, I missed 3 of them. So, of course, now we're going to pick up 2, which will still leave 1, and it's way on the other side of the state. So who knows when I'll be back. So I'm not sure I'm solving the problem of getting the scenic viewpoints in all of the states here, but making progress slowly, bit by bit. Anyway, we'll see as we get to this viewpoint. I have no idea what these 2 viewpoints are, but we should be there very soon. Oh, there's the viewpoint over there. So we have to loop around. The viewpoint's off to our right there. So I'm going to loop around through this parking lot and see. I'm going to hopefully loop around through this parking lot. This might be harder than I thought, but I think we can loop around through the parking lot. It's good practice for me to drive back in American Truck Simulator without destroying the truck. And let's see what this is. This is apparently a scenic parking lot. No idea what this could be. Let's check it out. E. Enter. It's a big factory. Lawton Tire Factory. Oh, there's an achievement tied with this too, isn't it? I think you have to get a certain amount of like big tire deliveries or something. I'm not sure we have that one. Darn it. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Goodyear Tire Factory in Oklahoma. I wonder what the achievements are going to be for Arkansas, and I hope they have another hidden road achievement. Come on, SCS Software. Find 3 hidden roads in Arkansas. Or they should have find something that's just a complete Easter egg. Fingers crossed they have that one. That was one of my favorite achievements. Anyway, we'll kind of go through this. This seems more informational than it is scenic, and then we'll be back as this winds up. Alrighty, 8 out of 10 viewpoints in Oklahoma. We'll off to our 9th one and then get our dried fruits delivered here. Heading out of town on Lawton now. Hit 3 traffic lights, so 5 for 6 on traffic lights. We've got another one coming up here. See if we can make it through this one, although it looks like it's going to be red for us. Come on, turn green, please. 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 I doubt it. Yeah, of course we hit it. 6 out of 7. I feel like I don't get why I hit so many of them. I feel like it's more than 50%. But, because it should be green as much either way, so half the time you should have a green light and half the time you should have a red light. Don't get why I always hit the red lights, but I suppose it is what it is. I could use your help, by the way, changing the subject completely. if you watch both channels, they have a tabletop wargaming and tabletop board gaming channel and PC wargaming channel in addition to this one. So if you've only found this one and you're interested in those other subjects, there's links in the main video page to that other channel. But one of the things that came up on the latest video on the other channel, the monthly update there, is a phrase I have caught myself saying a lot now that I want to try to remove. And the phrase is, it's a filler phrase, right? So when people talk, they oftentimes just drop in filler phrases to when they can't think of anything to say. It's just a way of kind of buying time. Almost like an except with words. My filler phrase that I've noticed I've been saying, and another viewer, whoa, it's slippery, okay, is stuff like that and things like that. Those two phrases. So I'm trying to get rid of those. So if you catch me saying those, let me know in the comments, because I don't even realize I'm saying it. I'm trying to dial into it. I'm trying to get rid of it, but it's going to take work because I feel like it's a habit that I've had for a long time now. So I could use your help. But back to 1.51 and some of the new things that are in here. We talked about the Mac Black Anthem. Oh, apparently there's new interior like shadows. I can't really tell. I guess we'd have to kind of look around there. And then there is what's called a Flow Below update. It's some kind of a truck upgrade that goes on the bottom part of the truck. But I tried to buy it for this Volvo and it didn't seem to be an option. So I'm not sure if maybe it's not available for the Volvo, but I couldn't figure out what it was and I couldn't get it. But there's a couple of other little things, but those are the major things I think with the 1.51. So again, kind of a transitional update, I think, as opposed to one of the larger updates that they have. Like 1.50 is pretty big, but 1.51, again, all incremental and all appreciated. So it's glad that they're bringing these things in, but not a huge difference between 1.0 and 1.51, which is good because I'm hopeful that we'll be able to do after the Arkansas event, hopefully do kind of add in more of the map mods in our other career, and then be able to do some more driving around places like Alaska and Mexico. And I want to do Pro Mods Canada. Haven't really checked that out yet. So lots of other maps to check out in American Truck Simulator in our other career, our second kind of modded career. But we're back to the main one. I think we're in level 29 in this one. It's been going on for a while now. So we kind of grind and kind of cruise our way across Oklahoma here, making our way towards the Arkansas border. We'll see in a little bit. So we're getting off here now at Ardmore to check out another scenic viewpoint down the road here. So we make our way over there. This will give us 9 out of 10, or whatever. I'm not sure if there's 10 actually. That might be incorrect, but I know there's 2 left that we need to get. And unless there was a hidden one that we picked up, I think we have to pick up both of them to get the achievement. But one thing I wanted to mention too, as we head into Arkansas, I believe that Arkansas is Nerdy Nana Simulation's home state. So she must be pretty excited about that. If you're not sure who she is, she does some trucking videos, but also a lot of Farming Simulator 22 content. I'll put a link to her channel down below, but I'm pretty sure she's from Arkansas, so she must be excited about her home state. And speaking of Farming Simulator, if you recall, there was a while ago, I did have a career up with Griffin, Indiana, that I'd like to go back and finish. I think I had like about 3 or 4 more episodes. I had like a 2-year goal with it. I had about 3 or 4 more episodes that I wanted to do with it. But I saw the news that Farming Simulator 25 is coming out in November. I think November 12th or so. So I think that might be a fun time to go back to Farming Simulator. I really like that game. It's kind of a time sink, right? Because some of the plowing and stuff like that take a lot of time. And I understand there's ways you can accelerate it too. I just never really quite gotten to that point. But boy, I really like that. And that was hard to make money in that game. I felt anyway. It felt like you had to work to make your money. Was living the life of a farmer. So been kind of thinking about that. As I saw the news for Farming Simulator 25, I was thinking, oh, it'd be kind of fun to get back to Farming Simulator 22 too. But I guess related to that, here's another question for people. Would people want a kind of a channel update, a monthly update now and then, talking about things that I'm thinking about doing on the channel? It's kind of an update, non-trucking video, just a general video talking about different ideas for videos and series and things like that, where you can ask questions of viewers too. That's a question I'm wondering. And I should also mention, too, if you're not aware of it, I do have a Patreon channel, a Patreon subscriber place that's for both this channel and my other channel. So if you are interested in joining that, I've also created a paid Patreon Discord server that I'm launching this week. So if you're interested in supporting the channel that way, I haven't really talked about it, I think, and these drives and stuff. If you're interested in supporting the channel that way, there is that option. There's links down below. And support is always greatly welcome. Whatever comes in for that, I use for the channel itself. I feel like this is not the right lane to be in here. We're going to cause all kinds of problems here. Let's see how this goes. Come on, red truck, get out of the way. Why isn't that thing beeping now, the lane assist there? Maybe because I'm such an idiot it just gave up on me. But we managed it, no problems. Cool. Anyway, we'll get down here towards this next scenic viewpoint as we make our way through all the red lights. It looks like it's far down. We are really winding around Oklahoma to get these. On the map, it didn't look like it was going to be that long of a drive, and it really wasn't. It was 5.5 hours, but when you add in all kinds of traffic lights and stuff like that, it can really add up the time in real time, for sure. Oh, green light! Yes! Second green light that we've made. Happy days. We'll see in a little bit.
Get ready.
Okie dokie, here we are. It looks like we go down this road here. Somewhere on this road, right on the road here. Maybe? We should be, there it is. It's right in the middle of the road. Is a scenic viewpoint. An oddly placed scenic viewpoint right in the middle of the road. Let's see what it is. This is Ardmore. Oh, just a scenic viewpoint for the little town. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm sorry if you're from Oklahoma. I don't mean this in a bad way, but this is very industrial too. I'm not sure it's my favorite scenic viewpoint. And maybe it's a little bit, okay, I'm going to be nice. Well, maybe I'm going to say it anyway. I feel like, couldn't they have a better scenic viewpoint than this heavy industry? Is that all there is in Ardmore? Come on, show us something else. Baptist Church. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get you after our scenic view of Ardmore is over. Is anyone watching from Ardmore? How do you feel the community church? Do you just have churches and a big factory? Is that all you have in Ardmore? I'm just wondering. Because, let's see what else they got. Or they're building a house in Ardmore. And they have porta potties. I'm not sure they're showing Ardmore in the best light here. I feel like there's a lot more that Ardmore has to offer. There we go. Ardmore Stadium. This must be the high school. Go Sports. That can't be what it says. It's got to say the mascot. Yeah, home of the Ardmore Champions. Is that the real name of the football team? I have so many questions about the Ardmore Stadium. I kind of want to find that on Google Maps now and see if that's really what it looks like. It can't say Go Sports, right? That's just kind of dorky. That's not what it says. I don't believe that's what it says. It's got to say the real mascot of the team. I'm on the wrong side of the road. We're going to get killed here. But anyway, that's our scenic viewpoint of Ardmore. Only one more scenic viewpoint of Oklahoma left to get, and who knows in what year we will pick that up. One of these years, I'm going to get the final viewpoint in Oklahoma. It's way, way up in the panhandle, on the far side, about as far away from where we currently are as we could possibly get. But 2.5 hours left to go. Now that we've got our scenic viewpoints taken care of, we are... Why is this car waiting here? So we're going to pass you. You're right behind the cement mixer. Now we are heading straight for our final destination, which originally was a 2.5 hour drive, but because we've been meandering around to all these scenic viewpoints, it's taken us a little while. There is the community church that we saw on the scenic viewpoint a little while ago. And it looks like the stadium's over there too. Everything is all right here. Anyway, I'm babbling. Time to focus. We'll see in a little bit. There is the stadium. Go Sports. Ardmore Stadium. So it can't say Go Sports. It doesn't say Go Sports. I'm going to look it up on Google. It's going to say Go, whatever the real mascot is. And they just, for whatever reason, they felt like they couldn't use the real mascot, right? That's got to be what it is. It doesn't say Go Sports. I don't know why I'm so fixated on this. Okay, see ya. Quite a nice view here as we head across this bridge in this body of water. A scenic little spot here. It's about an hour left, and this has been a kind of continued long drive. Not only the traffic lights, I think, slow you down, but a lot of this has been kind of city speed limits and city time zones, which is what, 3 times slower than real life, faster than real life, instead of the 19 or so that the highways are. So I think because we've spent a lot of time driving in cities, the time progression has been slower, because this has been, for a 5.5-hour drive, this has taken quite a while. I don't know why that truck is stopped there. And it hasn't helped that we've hit every single traffic light in Oklahoma. The other thing I've noticed, I'm not sure if it's the update or something has happened in the interim since the last time I've played, but the sound is clipping on me. So every 5 minutes or so, my sound will cut out, and then it's gone. And it's only for about a second or so, and then it comes back. And it's done it probably, how long have I been driving now? For maybe, where does it say here? It's got to tell me how long this has been. About an hour, I'd guess. And it's probably done it, 6 or 7 times, I would guess, over the course of the hour. But other than that, 1.51 seems pretty stable, and maybe they'll be fixing those things up pretty soon. Sometimes, I think it just came out today, perhaps. Because I know it loaded up when I loaded Steam up, and I was saying, oh, is that 1.51 getting ready for the Oklahoma DLC? And sure enough, 20 gigabytes. So a big, hefty download to get us ready for Arkansas and 1.51. But we will make our way back up towards our delivery. I'm curious to see if I can back up. Backing up again is always the hardest adjustment for me when I switch games, because the Euro Truck Simulator trucks are so much tighter turning, and it just takes me a while to adjust to the US trucks again. Whoa, don't stop, truck. Come on. Be bold. Go, 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 Saya. Anyway, we'll see you as we get close to our destination. Looks like we've got a nice little stretch of highway here, and then we're just going to pull in and drop this off. We are in McAllister, our final destination. 2.5-hour delivery. That took us about 6.5 hours to do. Hopefully they won't mind. It's dried fruit, so they shouldn't really deteriorate. And we are pulling in here. 9 minutes to go into the small town. I think we're going to call it an episode here, because this is pretty close to the Arkansas border. We're in good shape for when the DLC releases. It shouldn't be that far of a drive to get us over the border. And so far, knock on wood, a perfect delivery. I'm curious if for people who watch other YouTube trucking channels, do I hit or have more problems than other drivers, or fewer problems than... I find it hard to believe that I have fewer problems than other drivers. Like, are there YouTube channels where the driver just never has an accident? Or maybe they don't show it, I suppose. I show them all. So sometimes people say you have a lot. So when I cut out a space, the spaces I cut out almost never have anything go wrong, right? So if there's a speeding violation or anything like that, or an accident, or I hit something, I always put it in the video. So the parts I cut out don't have anything go wrong in them. I mean, every once in a while, if I get a speeding ticket that's silly or something like that, I might cut it out if it's boring, if I don't say anything or react to it or something like that. But for the most part, I'd say 95% of the problems that happen in the game, the funny things, the weird things, the dumb things that I do, I include in the video. So proportionately speaking, I probably look worse than I actually am, right? No, I'm not saying I'm a good driver. I'm not saying I'm an awesome driver, but I'm saying I'm not as bad as I look, because I leave off a lot of the stuff where nothing happens. There. That makes perfect sense. All right, where are we? Swift. I hope we get a 90, please. Give us a 90. I want a nice tight backup. This feels like it's going to be a 90. 90. Excellent. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So isn't there a truck in our... What the heck? I can't park there. There's a truck there. There's a truck not there, but there is it's kind of in our spot, right? Okay. So we have to do a loop and combat it and park in this way. That guy is almost right in our spot. But it shouldn't be a factor. If we do a U-turn here, cut it close, and then do our job right, it should be okay. Do your job. Let's see if we can work this out. Oops. Totally messed this up. Let's come back this way. Want to come here and then go past our spot. And then let's get our second mirror up right about here. We should cut it, I think. Come over here. And turn this way. Give us enough room so we don't hit that light. And how are we lined up here? That's not too bad, I think. I feel like we hit that trailer, but I think we can go this way, right? Bummer. So close, but apparently we hit this thing that's leaking off into our parking spot here. Okay, so we'll just straighten out and then drop it right in. So close. Yeah, if I hit that right, I was just a little bit too wide on it, right? I hit that right because I had more room on this side. So that's... And we should be good. There we go. Altogether, that's not too bad. Whoops, sorry, I hit that. That's okay for the first time back in a while, considering we had this truck hanging over here. Had that not been there in the way, I think we would have got it on the first shot. I think we were mostly in line, just the cab swung a little wide. So we'll take that. Not bad for the first time back in American Truck Simulator for a while. Let's get our $6,000 and drop this off, and then we should be nicely positioned. Excellent job. Good on time, because it's World of Trucks delivery. Not going to be much experience, yeah, because we kind of took the long way about. Almost to level 30. Hopefully we'll hit level 30 in Arkansas. And with that, we are, if we look at our map here, we are right pretty close to the border, close enough to the border of Arkansas. We can come up here and right in, or down and right in. Should be able to pick up a delivery and go from here. So the first couple hours or so of our ride will be in Oklahoma, and then we'll be sliding right into Arkansas as soon as it releases. We'll see you shortly for the next episode as we head off into Arkansas. Thanks for watching, everybody. Comments, thoughts, tips, ideas are always welcome. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.